Alright, so now we're going to try to perform our repair. We should be able to pick a shingle anywhere on the property to conform to the match, to the size, shape, color, and quality. Like I said, this shingle, we're going to provide the ITEL, is discontinued for size and color. We did pick a Tamco product in a gray, because this is a gray. You can actually see that this is Tamco. This is a Tamco product per the ITEL report. We do have this roof snake. This was designed to minimize damage during repairs, so we're going to attempt a repair here. Like I said, we are picking a random shingle because we should be able to do this anywhere. Most of the damage was at the rakes and eaves, so we're picking a safe spot because it is so windy, and we should be able to do this anywhere. I'm going to start by breaking the shingle free. We had to break several shingles because obviously there's 2 courses of nails. Anybody? You can see I pretty much just chewed up this one just to break it free. This roof snake was designed, like I said, to minimize damage. We bought this tool actually a little while back. It helps us perform repairs and keeping the damage down. Okay, just to get to my fastener, I haven't lifted this shingle more than an inch. Just so I can see the fastener underneath to get to it. My thumb has torn through this, and like in the video before, it is 48 degrees. My thumb has torn through this. You can see that I have not lifted it more than an inch, and my thumb has torn through the fastener, or torn through the shingle. I'm lifting the shingle once again to see my fastener. Okay, 1 inch. And this is why the guys asked us to come out here after they patched in the tarp, because they know that this is not how we do business. This is not the type of work KMP does. This is a long-term client of ours. This shingle, just to get to the fastener, I've torn the whole corner out of this one. These shingles are beyond brittle. Any roofer, I'm going to explain this real quick. There is 2 courses of nails. There's one that goes through the common bond, and there's also one from the second common bond that hits the top of the base mat. So we also want to break free these shingles. Once again, you can see that I have not lifted the shingle more than this time 1.25 inches, and my thumb went through this. This is just to see the fastener, which was directly above. I lifted where the nail was. Here's the fastener, directly above it. And remember, our target shingle is this one. That's what we're going to replace. You can see that there is delamination. Let me see this. Just keep filming. I think this is. If I daughter's school.
Nope.
Sorry about that. So you remember, this is our target shingle. Just to get the first row of fasteners here, I've torn this shingle. To get the second row that goes, this first row goes to the common bond. And let me grab a couple shingles over here to show you that I'm not going above and beyond and not exceeding what we're doing. Okay. The reason why we have to do 2 rows of fasteners is because you have one that goes to the common bond here. And as you can see on the second course above, it is going to hit the base mat here. So in order to pull this shingle out, we not only got to remove these fasteners, we got to remove this course here because this is fastened through here. So that's why we're pulling 2 courses in. And it is quite kind of frustrating that we're being forced to do this by an insurance carrier after we've provided a state law, and they basically told us to deal with it. We did try to honestly source materials at that point that don't exist. At that point, the property did ask us to, put us back right now to where we don't have to worry about it in the interior. Because obviously people don't need drywall repairs, paint repairs if not needed. So this is, in our case, a temporary solution until we get resolution. Okay, so I'm not gonna move it all because I wanna show you. To get this fastener, I have kept steady pressure. This roof snake is designed so we don't have to lift the shingle, and I'm gonna show you that in a second. So we bought a specialty tool to minimize damage. Just to get to this fastener, here, my thumb has went through this right here, just to get to the fastener. Now, since we've already pretty much just fucked up this shingle, I'm going to show you what it would be like if we didn't buy a specialty repair tool. Okay, it's not standard in the industry. Your shingle manufacturers actually recommend one of these. Okay, and this is a standard roofing hatchet. It's magnetic. It's designed to hold our fasteners. I should be able to lift this shingle to the point where I can get my hammer, a new spot right here. My hammer needs to go at a 90-degree angle to get my fastener in. So here I can lift it up, it's still not high enough. Still not high enough. Now I'm gonna pause. It is tearing right here. Okay? As I'm gonna lift it up to get my I'm gonna refasten this one. Here's another tear. Okay? Do you see the damage that we have caused to the surrounding product on a 48-degree day? I'm still missing the fastener here somewhere. Oh, this is the one where our thumb tore through. This is why we're videotaping it. This is why Kentucky has laws. This is once again, it's a Tamco product. It is a thunderstorm gray. At this point, this color is discontinued, so we just picked a gray. Now, also being English cut, I forgot to state this in the video. This is the length of the shingle. Do you see it? This is the original product. This is what a standard shingle nowadays, 37.25. So at this point, you are going to force us to trim it 2.25 inch per shingle, which is fine. Obviously, obviously we terminate shingles on the ends, but you wrote up countless repairs on the property. So we are supposed to manufacture every shingle that's being installed here. Alright, so here we've trimmed this. So now we got a couple options here. We can, like I said, this at the end of this is not going to be pretty either way. And I'm going to show different options. We can go ahead and overexpose the shingle here. At that point, we've got a hand seal over top of where the sealant doesn't even hit the common bond like it should. So we are going to have to seal here. When we seal that shingle, where there isn't a continuous flat surface, this is going against the manufacturer's engineers that designed this product to work in a certain way. This has a flat surface where the sealant needs to bond continuously. And the reason why it bonds continuously is because it's designed so it doesn't catch wind. Here, I'm going to simulate what we're talking about. If I fasten it here and overexpose the shingle, I seal this. At this point, you've left a kite. You see what I'm talking about? Where wind can catch this, eventually pull the shingle up. It's going to bond here where the overlay is. But we're going to have a tight seal here because it's got a continuous flat surface. But then it drops down in between these overlays and creates a kite. I mean, it's a wind catch. It's a pocket. Okay? We can underexpose the shingle this way. But yet, when we underexpose it, to keep a uniform line across the course, we also are going to have the same issue. Okay? Where you got these wind pockets that will catch this shingle. But I mean, this shingle needs to be replaced anyway because it's already damaged. Now, I'm going to show you this, and this is where I'm not trying to be a jackass, but here's our third option. I can bring the exposure down. I can manufacture, and I'm just going to do a section of this. Right now, I'm cutting off the bottom of the shingle. Can you hold your finger on that end? Cutting off the bottom of the shingle. I'm only going to do about 6 inches here. I'm running in line with the common bond, the solid surface. Like that. I can try to cut in a straight line here. Right now I'm trying to cut through 2 continuous courses. Since you obviously know this isn't a proper repair, I'm going to finish hacking this off. Anybody in their right mind can see that this is not ethical. Would anybody pay for this if they knew what was going on in the roof? Would anybody trust a company, a qualified professional? We've been in business for 30 years. There's a reason why we're still in business, and it's not to do shit like this. I've been in the industry since high school. My whole career has been based around roofing. We cannot warrant this. We do not believe this is fair. We do not believe this is honest. And honestly, this isn't even legal in the state of Kentucky. I mean, legal from an insurance standpoint. you read just literature that's provided by the public, I mean, this isn't even talking about a policy. This is talking about state laws. We're gonna go back and just fasten this, and then I'm afraid to lift this shelf so high because oh yeah, we can use a roof snake on this. So also this roof snake is designed so we don't have to pry this up as high, even though we've already destroyed it. I'm just going to show you one, and then I'm going to continue with the hammer because this takes a while as well. This isn't an easy process. There's a fastener. I mean, we could use this. I'm just going to kind of rush through this because I think obviously this video is going to go on for a little bit longer, but I think it's pretty obvious that this roof is not repairable. And nobody can warrant this, and nobody can, you don't even have to be a roofer to understand this anymore. I'll show you here. This is from our handy dandy roof snake, just to get the shingle debonded. Then also we got delamination here, we got delamination here, we got torn here. And I'm more than willing to meet with any adjuster. I mean, bring a couple roofing contractors, we can all have a little get together on site if somebody thinks that I'm doing anything out of line here. That's why we're videotaping it. Shingle is completely creased right here. Look at that. Creased on top of delaminated. You see where it's delaminated? It has now caused a crease here. We've got tears everywhere. That one just creased. It actually has a little chunk popped out of there. Creasing across. My thumb had just pushed through this one a little bit more. I could feel it. Also, this is delaminated. The reason why it tore here more so than this end and my thumb didn't go through is because we had to lift in the center of a 3-foot wide section. Lastly, anybody watching this, tell me if this is a proper way to finish this one up. It sounds like I'm sarcastic. It's not really. It's more that I'm kind of pissed about having to come out here. Cornerstone Property is a long-term client of mine. I've dealt with them over the years. They trust myself and K&P to take care of them and not do things like this. But when we're enforced and told to figure it out by an insurance carrier, this is, like I said, a temporary solution to a resolution. Alright, so we go back to our overexposed shingle here. I'm going to fill this void in right here. Also going to hit this where I've cut off some of the sealant strip. Now, as you recall, I'm not going to stick my flat bar in here anymore because I don't get tar on the end of it. I'm going to fill this gap so it no longer has a void or a kite so that wind can catch it. This one we don't have to because it's got continuous sealant on a flat surface where the common bond is. Now we go back to these shingles that technically would have to be repaired. Okay, These we should be replacing these. These fall underneath the consequential damage law. If we replace these, we're going to turn all. We're just going to keep going in a big V here. Like I said, if you can point down here, most of our damage is at the eaves. So if we start this repair, we're going to pretty much have to rent a piece of equipment or work off an extension ladder. We start with a repair down here at this edge, at the eaves. We repair one of these shingles. Actually, there's some crease shingles right here. We're not going to get too close. It is about 30 feet to the ground. We got some crease shingles here. At this point, turn around right here. We start replacing these. As we replace one, it turns into two, which turns into four, which turns into this entire area in a big V. Then we tear off the ventilation. It's plastic, it's old, it breaks, we got to replace it. Then we got ridge cap, we got things like that. So we go back to our repair. Now I've broken the original manufacturer seal strip, so I've got to hand seal it. So I'm going to re-hand seal it. As you can see, you got delamination here. I just want to point it out again. Delamination, 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 tear, tear, tear. But we're going to place that one in. Okay. We go back. We got delaminated shingle there, delaminated shingle here, delaminated shingle here. So I'm going to glue this back together. And this is just to replace one shingle. Now this, I'm going to point out before we do this, we should be replacing these, but that would just turn into a domino effect or a cancer to the roof. So we got creasing here, creasing here, creasing here, creasing here. But instead, we were issued 2 shingle repairs in these areas. So what would you do with this area? I've already glued this back. This is what we're being forced to do to seal the roof back up in these tears. This one's torn here, but we've actually torn this shingle here. This one's torn here in a zigzag pattern. This is just creased here. See, the other one's torn. I think that's it. So bullet points, we got color, we got size, we got quality on the XL, we got shape on the XL, we got consequential damage. I've had to fill these voids in with roofing tar. We got different size here. I had to self-engineer the shingle here. I had to cut it to the length and to the size here. At this point, since you guys only paid for certain repairs in small quantities, I've torn the shingles due to this repair, and we're trying to deem that this roof is no longer repairable. We got an overview of this. Now, anybody watching this video can look me in the eye and tell me another way to do this. Any other scenario, I'm more than willing to meet them on site. I'm more than willing for them to put in writing what we should attempt next before we go for a full replacement in this situation. If anyone wants to look at this and say that this is quality, this is true craftsmanship, this is how you would want it on your property, and you would pay for this repair, and that this is ethical, even from my standpoint, or from an insurance carrier standpoint. If anybody can look me in the eye and tell me this is ethical, we can go that route, but until then, we're going to submit this pre-shared with the property.